get to see different pictures everywhere.
All right, welcome. We are live. I do not like that intro music.
I love it,
man. All right. I'm trying to get hyped. Hey, listen, this is the CSRN podcast. What we're going to do right now is play some intro music, the intro music that I like. That way they can like, share, and comment. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review, where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library, and we talk about the things that we've done last week, the things that we're working on right now, which is this interview, and some of the things that we got coming up in the future. Now, family, since we didn't do our cold start with Jody and myself, and he feeling some type of way about that, what can I do? All right, so as we do with CSRN, whenever we have a dynamite guest, and we do today, we ask them who they are, what are they wearing, and what are we talking about today? So, hey, let's get it. All right, so who are you?
My name is Kristin Moncrief. I am CEO of OptiGo Mobile Vision.
Okay, what are you wearing?
Some regular degulars.
Okay.
No name brand.
All right.
Stuff.
Okay. Hey, look, the reason why we ask that is that some people are watching us live. Some people are going to be listening. So they like to know what we look like, what we're wearing, so they can have that full picture. So what we're going to do today, since it is Women's History Month, and Jody and I, we talked about you for the last few weeks. And this is real history because you are, for me, the first woman that I've ever known to have a bus that you can step on the bus and get your glasses, get all of that stuff. All right, so OptiGo by Twix in Between. How did you come up with the logo? What does Twix in Between mean? And where did the bus come from?
Okay, so the logo was just a vision that I had. I actually drew it on a napkin, and I had a graphic designer kind of bring it to life. So it was very like a basic concept, and he, like I said, brought it to life. And it was somebody that I actually found on Facebook to do it.
Okay.
And Twix in Between is a phrase that my great grandmother used to say. So when we would ask her how she would feel, she would just say, "Oh, Twix in Between." So I interpreted that to me, and a little this, that, and everything in between, because I know that my profession is an optician. I fit and dispense prescription eyeglasses, but I do many other things besides that. So that's my version of Twix in Between.
Okay, so where did you come up with the idea of a bus? Most people, if they're optician, I'm going to say optician. All right, that's something else. All right. Most people, I thought, would just get a job at one of those, eyeglass places.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you get a bus?
Because I have been in the industry for many years, so I have a lot of experience in the industry. I worked corporate, I worked nonprofit, but my heart has always been in community and actually like being in community and being accessible. So the bus was just a way for me to be accessible to clients and give them an option outside of the norm of going into a brick and mortar. So one day I found a couple who was downsizing. They had a fleet. They were doing transportation services, and they had a fleet of buses, and they were downsizing. And I met him at his parking lot, and I bought it from him. I called my dad and I said, "Hey, Dad, you think you can do this?" And my dad is one to never tell me that my ideas are crazy.
All right, all right.
So he said yes, because I knew he could do the work. So, like the name of the business, the tagline of my business, it's a family affair. Like everybody in my family has been incorporated in what I do, and it's important that they are incorporated in what I do. And family is not, for me, the one that I'm born into. It's the one that I created. So.
All right, so we went online as we do whenever we have a guest. We always scour their Facebook page and their Instagram and all of that. And we see that from your website, there's a new office location, 7 East Bancroft.
Yes.
All right. So someone can schedule an appointment and meet you there. Mm-hmm. All right. So what's it like being, and that's right at Bancroft and Franklin. What's it like being there? Do you still have the bus? All right. Yes. And yeah, so what's that like?
So yes, I still have the bus. I just wanted to give people, more options because access is important to me. The bus is still available for use for people to schedule. But again, I just wanted to give another option, and I wanted to, be what I would consider Central City and accessible to the people in the community. And thus far, it's been pretty successful.
All right. And I wanted to ask you, because it is an unusual thing, having a bus with OptiGo on the side and you're meeting people, you're delivering glasses. How people receive you doing that different thing? Because I don't know, is there another Black woman that has an OptiGo bus?
Nothing I know.
All right. So how do people receive that? Because it's different.
People absolutely love it. I mean, because like they have never seen something like this or never experienced, shopping for glasses in that way. So people receive it very well, and they're pretty excited when they come on the bus because it's cozy. Like I don't know if they have a real expectation of what it's gonna look like, because it's something that they've never seen, but it's cozy. It's like it's a optical shop on wheels, so they're pleasantly surprised to see what it looks like in the inside.
Right, I want to go on. We're going to go on the OptiGo Mobile Vision Facebook page. Okay. All right, let's put that up on the screen, and you could tell us what are we looking at. Okay, where is it at? I thought I did it right, Jody. What's happening here? Oh, here we go. All right. So. That's not that one. All right, so we've got the OptiGo page right here. You got 1,000 likes. You got quite a few followers. All right. Let's see. Okay.
So that was a career expo. That was probably a couple years ago. I brought the bus into the Glass City Center for the kids to do some career exploration because, people think of the vision care industry and they only think about the doctor side of it, but I am one to kind of explain all the different opportunities that exist in the industry. For me, it was being an optician, but there's a manufacturing piece to it. So if you are more hands-on, you want to manufacture lenses, you can do manufacturing things, or you can work in a doctor's office. You can be a tech, meaning you get the patients ready to see the doctor. So there's many different avenues that people can take if they're interested in being in the industry. So that particular event was a career exploration event that I think TPS held.
Hey, and you got your phone number on here too. All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hey, look, just call it for the glasses. All right. All right. Don't let me find out. All right. Let's go down. Okay. What's this right here?
So that's just me shouting out some folks that support my business. Just me saying thank you because, you know, I know that there's plenty of other options available for people, but people really do support me and support me consistently. So I am very appreciative for the continuous support that I get because, you know, people don't have to.
That's right. I'm going to go to some of the photos here. Okay, you got the benefits of anti-reflective lenses. I don't know what an anti-reflective lens is.
So it's a coating that's put on the lenses that help with the glare from like your computer screen, your headlights on your oncoming car. So it's a coating.
All right. What else we got? Oh, have you booked? No, I have not booked my appointment.
But you have though at some point.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, you got this.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Oh. This just
I know
humble,
my stuff when I see
just
it.
a humble flex that I'm talking with the OptiGo glasses on. All right, Jody, what do I get a 75 or 80% discount for saying it and wearing the glasses while I'm talking about them? Hey, it says, what is blue light? Blue light glasses. I've never heard of that.
So blue light is again another coating. We are heavy dependent on electronic devices. So any kind of coating or treatment that you can put on your lenses, and you get blue light from the sun too, actually. So any kind of coating or treatment you can put on the glasses to help the stress and strain that we put on our eyes because we are so heavy dependent on electronics is a bonus. And that's just giving, you know, some information on what is blue light and how to protect your eyes from it.
Well, those some nice glasses you got on.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
This is my advertisement.
All right, okay, yeah, because I'm sure I didn't see those at one. Well, I ain't gonna mention other stores today. Oh, yo, got me. All right. Oh man, this is an awesome picture right here. Some of the glasses. You got your logo sticker that goes right on the glass.
Yeah, okay. I have my own branded product. Some people come to me and asking me about certain brands, but I don't sell any other brand besides my own. I own that name. It is trademarked and owned by me, so nobody can have it.
Oh, so okay, so no bootleg OptiGo glasses. No. Okay, all right. Let's see what's next, and then oh, there's some beautiful. How do you get these pictures taken?
Well, my son actually took that picture. He liked to take a picture. So he took some products and he just did his thing.
Man, that's dope.
So yeah, he takes some really good photos.
Right. All right. It says, all right, did you know because of the time spent on our screens, it's predicted that half the planet Earth is going to need glasses by 2050. So I got you guys beat because I got my glasses now. All right. All right. Where am I going to be in 2025? What did
right here is 2025.
I mean, 80s. What is that?
Today.
I mean, by 2050, where am I going to be? Well,
in 25 years?
25 years? 87?
Right. Here, doing the podcast, talking to some more folks.
All right. That's okay. Yeah. All right. That's something to look forward to. All right. All right. Okay. One of the things that we ask everyone, because we're going to, yes.
He also has the camera.
Okay. If you're watching us and if it seems like I just went quiet, that's because Jody is talking off camera. You can't hear him. So there's a camp.
Yes, Vision Camp. And when I put out Vision Camp, they assumed that it was about, you know, the bus and vision care. But Vision Camp is an acronym for versatility, inspiration, specific, innovative, obtainable, and noteworthy. So we wanted to, you know, give kids or adults, it can be tailored for kids or adults, to kind of break down that word and show the versatility that exists in the folks in your community, inspire them to do, you know, whatever they want to do. Like this summer, Jody and I and a couple other folks hosted it. It was 6 days and it was incredible. Like for the first time, For
He
us
never
to do
told
it.
me about that.
Well,
All right.
surprise.
Yes, surprise, surprise.
He made us talk about it. So
All right,
we
that's
have
what's up. All right.
But I mean, it was incredible. It was for the first time doing it. I felt like it received some good feedback, and I can see it growing and expand into something bigger.
All right. I've got 4 minutes left. A big thing with CSRN is self-care. What do you do, Kristin, after you got an office, you got a bus, you got a lot of stuff, all right? Guys, you might want to call that number, all right? She got it. Oh, no, but she do got it going on. What is it that you do to balance out at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, I just sit in quiet. I kind of unplug everything.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot of TV. And I just sit and unplug and try to unwind in that way, because we are bombarded with information a lot of times, or just things.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I unplug. Like, I turn my phone off. I don't watch TV. And that's what I do at the end of the day, to just kind of unwind.
All right. And lastly, we're also big on gratitude, and most people in the protest community are big on self-care and gratitude. We got to do something in order for us to come back and fight the very next week. 3 things that you're grateful for. What would those things be, if you don't mind?
I am grateful for life. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the opportunity to make an impact in community in the way that I do. Yeah.
So before we go, is there anything you think we left out about OptiGo, Twix in between? Man.
I don't have anything up. No, I do. The realtors it's having, that's the I'm gonna pop up for their event at the new Wayman Palmer YMCA. I believe it is April.
Is that with Donetta Carter?
No, that is with Delisa Morris. Sent me the information. And
Jody, you told me the wrong thing. You just got me checked live on air.
Yes, I believe it's April 12th. So that'll be the next thing. I don't really post up anywhere, because everything that I do is by appointment only. So for folks to schedule me, like you said, my phone number and contact information and the link to schedule is on my webpage. So like I said, I don't really post up, but
we don't have to, all right? We got to post up. You don't have to post up. We the ones that got to post up.
Right, and wait for me to pull up.
That's right. All right. Hey, can we count on you maybe coming back at another time and talking about some of the other things that OptiGo is doing, and let people know that they can visit you, they can book an appointment, and you have everything that everybody else has. All right. These are real glasses.
They are real glasses.
These are real glasses. All right.
And I have all of the credentials, if not more, to provide the best service for you. So please don't hesitate to ask questions, because I have to find the answer for you. And yes, they are good quality products.
That's right. I'm wearing them.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Jody's giving her all of our swag. All right. Hey, listen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with Jody Summers. We're going to top some loose ends and get ready for 5 minutes of heat. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
canal.
En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
If you can ride a bike without falling, then you're good to go. Bike Rides Matter, it's a community bike group. We get together for fun, fitness, and fellowship. We ride weekly. Right now we got a Tuesday ride where we ride on the UT Trail. We do Saturday right here at Uptown Green. That's our glow roll Saturday night. It was something I was already doing with my daughter, just riding bikes, and we just decided it would be cool to add the community because we were just finding ways to make fun given the situation. Being that everything was closed down and options were limited, bike riding is one of those things you can do without any restrictions.
You get to make new friends and just like interact with people, especially during COVID. You still like have your mask on and stuff, but it's still good to like see people.
It's a cool way to stay fit. We talk while we riding, we got music while we riding. I've met quite a few new friends and new people. I made some real cool connections throughout the city. Take advantage of the time you have. Take advantage of this pandemic. I know it's a lot of restrictions, but you can be creative and find new ways to have fun, one of which is this right here.
Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent, and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library. So shout out to Mott Branch Library for always rolling out the red, black, and green carpet. Let's get into some introductions. I know it's kind of strange because we had our guests first and then our introduction second. Hey, it's live. Stuff happens. You do live stuff.
It's good. Sometimes I think we need to mix it up with an old cold opening. They'd be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey 10 years ago. I was going to say 14 years ago, in 2014, 10 years ago. This will be 11 coming up in November. Yep. They had the idea of Community Solidarity Day, and then they asked me to help organize some things. 10 years later, We're still here. And another tidbit, I'm an active and registered member of the Nation of Islam, and we're going to talk about Ramadan because a lot of us ain't eating during the day. All right, it shows, but it's all good. And what am I wearing today? I have on some Nation of Islam gear. I've got on my polo shirt with the sun, moon, and star crescent flag. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. And it's a beautiful space for the protest community and activist culture. I'm really ready to get on with some of the things that we're going to talk about. So if you could do the intro. We're also going to get into our mission statement because that's always good to keep that in the forefront of who we are and what we're about. Jody?
Yeah. It's somewhat like being, all them YouTubers and streamers and stuff. You can't add commercials and stuff at the beginning. So this is kind of our commercial for ourselves in the middle.
Okay, all right.
We already know we got your attention.
That's right.
But if you don't know who I am, my name is Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth. I am the treasurer of this organization, poet, all the other stuff. The reason why you don't see me looking in the camera so much because I'm micromanaging questions, comments, sharing, doing all the other stuff that we choose not to pay other people for. We don't need a blue check to show you got $8. We don't need a boost post because, a lot of people get into the podcast and stuff like that with the vision of going viral and all of this stuff. They rent out booths. This is ours.
That's
right.
We
may be talking about that later on as the season goes on, but this is all ours, built from just doing it here on our phones, what used to be video minutes. So the progress in that is awesome. The knowledge in that is awesome.
That's right.
Get here from going from the protests, which, are beginning to start up again. Orange Man is in office causing chaos, not just for us, but for everybody. And how do you work through the minutia of all of those entities and all of those individual issues to bring them together? Because that's a lot of the problems with protests and movements and organizations. Everybody has their own individual thing. Like, I like you reading books, but only if they're blue. I like you wearing these shoes, but I don't like you wearing that brand. So, we both wear shoes, we both read books. We got to find the commonality.
That's right.
And after 10 years, I think we are successful in doing that regardless of who was there, who was not. We applaud those that was with us and the ones that went on to do other things.
Better, bigger and better, if I can say that.
Bigger and better, continue to find their own space, safe spaces and places where they flourish at. We don't want to stagnate anybody or dim anybody's light because, they're not good with saying this all the time.
That's right.
We bear that on our shoulders. And how do we do that? We have a mission statement.
And our guiding principles.
And I hope you find something that has adopted something, not just social media types and clicks, but really something you can read and reinforce of why you are there. And this is us. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014. The day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educator, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives matter, Black lives, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and for the viewers out there, because even though we've started the show somewhat in the middle, the reason why we describe ourselves because we always want to remain accountable to you. We don't want you hearing this stuff and thinking, we grew up in the suburbs and stuff. I want you to know that, I might look like you. What I'm wearing is my hoodie. Can't see it because the camera angle changed, but my hoodie, my brand, just as Kristin was saying in her speech about OptiGo and trademarking stuff, I don't wear other people's stuff. I wear community stuff, like if I go to a function or I want to remind people there are resources, but other than that, this is my hat, this is my hoodie. The pants are non-name brand and stuff like that, because I don't want you focusing on distractions. I want you to see me covered in tattoos and crystals and all the stuff that I live. This isn't an outfit. This is my super cape. This is me every day.
All right. Now, before we take a short break and come back, this is Women's History Month.
That it is.
And I wanted to start with someone that I admire. And hey, I'm going to go ahead and start with Kristin. All right. She was here earlier, and I admire her because she decided to do something no one else had done, which is as an optometrist with a bus. Mm-hmm. And that she will deliver glasses. I've got them on right now. She will post up, at an event. Community and you can step on the bus and see all of the glasses. So for Women's History Month, my pick for this week is Kristin Moncrief of OptiGo, Twix in Between.
And make sure you book her too, because I know it's about to be festival season. Everybody outside and stuff. Thank you, spring. Yep. Birthday a couple weeks away. But make sure you book her for stuff too, because that's how the lifeblood of the entrepreneur keeps flowing. My pick, I'm just going to do a short gamut of people because, it's been a lot of people that's gotten me to the point where I am. So I want to give a shout out to Suzette at the bank.
Oh, Suzette Cowell.
Yes.
Oh, doctor. I think she's a doctor now. Doctor. All right.
When I was first starting out and stuff, and we were deciding what we were going to do here at CSRN about handling funds and stuff like that, we wanted to keep it within our community. We have, I know boy cats are awesome and stuff, but they're really awesome if they go on for a decade.
That's right.
But what was it, 380 some days for the Montgomery bus cut. So this has been 10 years of us making sure our dollars stay in our community, and we bank at Toledo Urban. My other accounts for businesses and nonprofits are over there. So shout out to her for providing that space for us in the community, that we don't have to shop with people who don't look like us.
That's right.
Our money in banks with people that don't look like us.
Ooh, go ahead. Talk that talk.
Another person I definitely want to shout out is Terry Scott. You might have seen it. You roll back to the clip of Kristin. I was handing her one of the magazines of that we do here for hip hop. So it's a hip hop magazine that talks about other artists and everything like that. And she's been going for a couple of decades now.
Oh, absolutely.
So shout out to her for keeping that part of literature alive and informative to us local artists who really need sometimes to shout out to the world.
That's right.
And another person I definitely want to shout out is Dee Brown, one of the people, if I didn't shout her out last week, that caused me to be an author. We're having CatFest, 10-year anniversary of CatFest this year. Check her out. She's a good friend of mine. When I needed an open mic to go to the event, she was there. The delightful Dee Art was there. And now we're doing CatFest for the 10th year. So if you're counting all my history and stuff, yes, in the first 2 weeks, in the first month of me stepping on stage, I wrote my first book.
All right.
So those are my shout outs for Women's History Month.
All right, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, I've got some Ramadan tips for all of us that are practicing, engaging in Ramadan. Also, we're going to get into some of the things that's going on in the community right now. Maybe even talk about the at-large seats that are up for grabs at City Council. All right. Hey, family, just stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is the CSRN Podcast, our week in review.
Audio Jungle.
you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
All right, we are back, and I guess the lighting is getting a bit better because when we started, we had the sun, and we've got lighting in here too, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, I wanted to talk about Ramadan. So for all the brothers and sisters that are practicing Ramadan, we say Ramadan Mubarak, which means blessed Ramadan, and Muslims around the world welcome the annual fast as a time of heightened devotion, self-analysis, and self-correction. And you know, a lot of us need that, if not all of us. Fasting during the holy month of Ramadan is an act of individual restraint and collective advancement of goodwill and commemoration of the revelation of the Holy Quran. Yet we remind ourselves that this holy month of Ramadan is of the universal mission of Muhammad, and the universal message of the Holy Quran is a guidance to men revealed to humanity, and we are obliged to share the spirit of our devotion through the fast of the month of Ramadan with all society of the world. All right, here's what we do. We drink no water during the daylight hours. We eat no food during daylight hours, nor do we have any type of relations with our spouse during daylight hours, nor do we argue, nor do we fight, nor do we do anything that would disturb our quest to be close to God and to do what this fast is designed by God to do. It gives us the power to guard against evil. If you can restrain yourself of doing the things that are lawful, drinking water is cool, eating is cool. Sometimes we argue, all right. If you can restrain yourself for the small things, it helps you when the big things come. So this is our 11th day. Ramadan is broken up into 3 parts. The first part is dealing with mercy. The second part is dealing with forgiveness. We're in that second part now. And the third part is to make sure that we avoid the hellfire. Now, of course, there's nothing in the ground. There's not a guy in the ground that's going to punish you for doing what he says to do anyway. All right. We're talking about saving ourselves from the poor choices that we make and the consequences that follow our poor choices. So 11th day, I'm getting it in. This is my 34th Ramadan. And I wasn't all good out the gate. All right. As a matter of fact, when I first started fasting for Ramadan, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had all the Muslims of the Nation of Islam practicing Ramadan in December. Why? Because it's the shortest days. All right. It gets dark at 4:30, and it doesn't cause a hardship. Now, as right now, we fast with the Muslim world. So it kind of gave a lot of us some training wheels to get started. And it also helped us disconnect from that Christmas marketing thing that happens right after Thanksgiving and up to New Year's. So it was some therapeutic things that was happening then. Jody, I think that I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to remind everyone that we're celebrating Women's History Month. Last week we had Haley Shears on. This week we had Kristin Moncrief. Man, so what are we gonna? How can we top that for next week? We'll work on that.
We got somebody. If you know yourself or a friend out there that would love to be part of this Women's History Month and come on and express what you do in the community, give us a shout out. Let us know. We'd love to give you an interview.
All right. And also, you know what? We're talking about women that we love. We gotta mention our sister Georgia Daniel. She's been following us.
We see you in the group.
Giving us a good evening. Good going, guys. And it does make a difference when we have people that are recognizing what we do, and we try to do it in the best manner. All right. As best as we can. All right. Without, going too far. And that's hard to do. So we've got Women's History Month. I've got a couple other things that I want to pull up a little bit later on. Jody, has there been some things going on in the community that you think we should know about?
Yeah, so I could do somewhat of a recap here of everything that did happen last week. Last week was also, last Saturday to be specific, was International Women's Day. So shout out all of those events and stuff that. I just take you through my day there, but let me see if there's anything going on previous to that, because I always try and make it to a lot of things. Saturday was a very, very busy day for Toledo with everything going on. So we are going to go back through my little time log here of the 7th, Friday. We had the Words of Reflection, which was hosted by Kristin Moncrief, which was awesome. That was at the Truth Art Gallery at 7 Bancrofts.
Okay. Yeah, 7.
It's just
it's 7 Bancroft and Franklin.
Yep, right across from the newly opened YMCA, the new Wayman Palmer, which is already service in the community and everything like that. And it's got a few events coming up next month, but I'm pretty sure you can stop by, talk about your membership, see what services have been transferred over from the downtown location, because I know there was a lot of confusion about the people that do use the facilities downtown. They are now moved over to Wayman Palmer. But Words of Reflection was awesome. We had 2 great authors, Nikisha Darby, I want to say, and the other lady, which I'm just going to click on because I am horrible with names, as I tell a lot of people. But that was Nikisha Darby, and going down. I
don't see them on my phone.
Well, it was light refreshments and everything. There are some photos and stuff on my page. I'm trying to make sure I have her name correctly, though. Author, poet, Black. Hold on. Go to her page. Author, poet, Black, Heather Lynn Colbert.
Okay.
She actually came to a Kwanzaa a couple of years ago, and she reminded me that I had given her crystal then. So it was a great meeting, hearing about them, their story, why they write books. We got to perform. That was actually one of my first performances back since coming back from Paris. So that was awesome. And Saturday the 8th, which was International Women's Day, we had Fantasticon in Toledo. If you don't know what Fantasticon is, it's like a smaller version of Comic-Con with a little mix of everything that was at the Glass City Center. They do that for 2 days. Saturday was the first day, which is more centered around, open air event. They had the cosplay costumes for kids. Sunday I didn't make it, but I heard it was just as great. It was also Fantastic Tech, which is Films Toledo way of connecting the filming world with the comic world and all of that stuff. So that was done at the Tech Loft downtown, which was my first time in there. It was an awesome space to be. It was Uncloistered Live Poetry. That was hosted also at the Attic, and that was Saturday, which was beautiful. We had Simone Spruce and Ray McNeese. And they were 2 great poets. We had a lot of open mics. I actually dragged some people over from the Tech Law, not literally, but into that. So it was their first time getting to perform at the Attic, and I loved hearing everybody's story and stuff like that. There was the March Madness Triple Threat birthday event at Area Banquet Hall. If you don't know what that is, we got 3 special DJs here, one called Lightning Rod, one DJ One Time, and DJ J-Rock. They all come together to celebrate their birthday. They've been doing this for years.
Okay.
So shout out to them for having their DJ One Time's 50th anniversary, the Dime themed edition.
50 years old or 50 years DJing? Either way, you old. I should be talking. All right.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, DJ One Time's 50th.
That's what's up, man.
Demi. So shout out to all of them. Again, legendary DJs in the city. If you've ever been nightlife, which was, before, they're still out DJing. So it's not like that, but nightlife is a little bit different. There was the monthly meeting that Sunday, which was also hosted by Kristin. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it because Saturday just pooped me all out for everything. But that was what was going on last week. Upcoming, though, if you have not gotten your open mic fixed this month, I got some events coming up for you. Tomorrow, there is, before going into the open mics, there is the Black Wall Street Community Development meeting, and that's Black Wall Street networking and everything else like that. That is going to be at the Truth Art Gallery, 7 East Bancroft. So show up to that if you can make it. I don't believe it's ticketed, so I believe it's a free event. Come meet some entrepreneurs and everything like that. That is at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Also tomorrow at 7 p.m. there is the Respect the Mic at the Code. Good friend of the show here and everybody, Ra, who's done the hair show and a few other things. She's done open mics. Our last series was at the it was something on the patio. It's a sports bar over by UT. But right now, every second Wednesday is poetry night until you hear different.
That's right.
At 827 Stars, a place called The Code, my neck of the woods on the east side and everything. But it's not just a poetry open mic. You can have music. You can do stand-up. You can do hip-hop, R&B within limitations. We don't want nobody coming there trying to get beef out on anybody and stuff like that. But it is a safe space for you to come. If you're a first-timer or a veteran, show up to The Code. I believe the cover at the door is just 10. It's either 5 or 10.
Okay.
$5 cover at the door. And then they have, I'm not exactly seeing the features this week or this month, but I'm pretty sure there might be 1 or 2 features there. And come out and enjoy the night. This Thursday, which is tomorrow, I will be volunteering at the, bear with me now.
All right.
I might get some flack for this, but I am one of your elected officials, specifically with the Democratic Party.
Yeah, you're going to get some flack for that.
I'm Ward Chair 18. I live where I stay, though, so I see all the blight and stuff in my area. I know we are not the best colored light and everything like that, but you know me.
All right.
Okay. So I will be volunteering at the St. Patrick's Day Jigs Dinner, which is going to be at 740 North Superior. Is that church over there, the cathedral? Trying to think what the name of it is, and go down the Holy Trinity Greek.
Okay, I know where it is.
Yep. So right downtown, unfortunately, where all the construction is, but you know, you'll get to see that area where we got the pickleball going, Ostrich Town, and the revitalization, as they call it, for the North End. But I'll be there serving dinners, but it's going to be at lunchtime.
And that's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow.
Okay.
I signed myself up yesterday because as an executive member, we had our monthly meeting. I got to talk some trash. We got to hear some trash about what's going on. And as he said, we are going to be doing a forum this year, probably the general, not the primary, so we can see who's all there. And we don't want to rush people to hear a forum. So we'll see what happens in this primary, and then we'll be doing one to get you some more information out there that's not biased by the news.
And we'll probably do either the city council or the mayoral.
Yep, city council or mayoral, whichever one reaches out back to us. You know, people don't have to talk to us, but we can always put the feelers out, let them know we are available for a platform to speak to. And if you're one of the candidates that did get your stuff in time, and I believe we should be getting those releases soon, come ask us. We'll interview, whether you're Green Party, Independent, Democrat, or Republican. We would love to have you on the show to express your opinion, because that's what this is, a safe space for all people.
Okay.
Not just
you said all people a couple times. All right.
I gotta say that.
Okay. All right.
You know, the cliches with everything right now, people putting themselves in boxes and stuff. I get it to an extent, but if you live by that box, you'll never escape to freedom. That's my line for today.
I should have been writing that down. All right.
So a couple other things going on in the city. There is the garage this Saturday. I believe this is a class with Blair Johnson of Toledo. So I believe it's going to be some type of teaching class, a free auto maintenance training for all ages.
Yeah, he's good with that.
14 to 19, learn oil changes, tire checks, and more. That is March 15th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I would definitely go check this out. You still got a couple of days to see if you need to register or anything like that. Swan Creek Community Planning Meeting is this Saturday at 11 a.m., City Savage Park. And then there's a music jam and Back and Better this Sunday. That's at the Collingwood Arts Center. I believe this is our friends. Yes, it is at We Act Radio 106.1.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
everybody over there. Shout out to Amjad and Bebop Records. He was one of the people that I've never really heard perform, but he did perform last Saturday. So shout out to all of them.
Okay.
And that is everything that I at least have up on my pendings right now. If you know anything, let us know. If it's community-based, we will try and throw it up on the page. So open mic, community stuff, events, and everything like that. If you need to know, watch the video back, rewind it, or come to the page and access.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things, and then we're going to get ready for 5 minutes of heat.
5 minutes of heat.
This Saturday, man, I don't. That was kind of a long pause because this subject is near and dear to me. The protest community, join us this Saturday from 3 to 4, Talmadge in Sylvania. We're continuing to push for ending the war in Gaza. Come out. It's been over 2 years now. That place has been under assault. You can see the images on television and social media. The people there are in dire need of a ceasefire, humanitarian help, and everything. It's a horrible thing that's going on there. And we're going to be at Talmadge in Sylvania from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So come on out, join us. I know that people are getting back into some protest light activities, LITE, some of the things that, okay, it's cool to be out there, but there's some serious things that are happening that don't get the airplay that it should. And also pick up this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. And it's kind of dovetailing what I just said regarding a plan to rebuild Gaza. So what are they going to do? Are they going to annex it and make a U.S. small city version, and have resorts and everything? What are they going to do with the people? Are they going to kick the people out so that this place will be rebuilt for others? I think this is something that definitely needs to be on the front burner. And also pick up this week's edition on the Final Call. We'll be at Bancroft in Detroit also this Saturday, probably between 2 and 4, 2 and 5, trying to make sure we distribute the Final Call newspaper. So make sure you get that. And let's see, there was a couple other things that I wanted to also highlight. Oh, Earth Day is next month. So we'll be organizing some things for that.
And there are some events coming up for open mic poetry for Earth Day and everything. I'll remind everybody about the event on the 22nd of this month for Earth Day and all that good stuff.
All right. And if you want to support us, you can support us via Cash App, CSRN Toledo 419. We've got the Cash App fixed now, and see if the phone is still on, but still you could just if you want to support us via PayPal, that's CSRN 419. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and soon I'm going to start posting on X, Jody. That way, it'll get done.
More power to you. You might get a free Tesla.
All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. You didn't have that. That kind of hurt my heart. Hey, all right. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Community Solidarity Response Network Toledo. Once you put Community Solidarity in, it'll drop down, and you'll never have to spell those words out again. We're looking to get at least 100,000 subscribers. That way, they give us that thing in the mail. We have our Black Lives Matter signs. That's still a saying. Just like Black Power is a saying, just like Free the Land is a saying, just like Power to the People, Fight the Power is a saying. All of our sayings, we still say them, regardless if the dominant culture thinks it's not in style, we still say it.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Yeah, we have nothing to lose but our chains. So make sure you get some of our defund the Toledo Police Department. That's defund12.org/Toledo and see what we're all about. I think that's all that I had to shout out regarding supporting us and what we're trying to do. Jody, is there anything that you think we forgot?
Yes. So from my insights of being able to be in office, in session, and all that stuff, and another big thing going around and stuff is the communication of how we use these words. BLM versus saying Black Lives Matter. DEI versus saying
affirmative action.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I didn't know I was getting the test. All right.
Or,
all right.
For instance, CSRN, instead of saying Community Solidarity Response Network, it makes it easier for you to be marginalized. If you're down to just an acronym, nobody really thinks about what that acronym
Oh, that's
means.
true. Okay. That's fire. You just spit some fire right there. All right.
Well, sometimes you have to be in the right rooms and use the same tactics that they use. And that's why I'm happy to be in those rooms, to be able to gain that knowledge and stuff like that, to see how stuff is, kind of organized around things. So in seeing that and thinking about that, NAACP, instead of saying the full name, or SNCC, instead of saying the full name, it makes it easier for you to say, well, that's just those letters.
And they've just changed the letters.
I know.
In AA, it's not double A, it's AA,
and it still rounds down to saying
what
those letters mean, which is the. I think you might know it better than me because you have a card.
Yeah, I'm a card carrying member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and since I'm a member, I think I'm going to be one of the first to say, if we retired the Washington Redskins, all right, we retired the Cleveland Indians, all right, we retired those names that were that were disrespectful and offensive to the people.
Retiring the C word,
the colored.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. And listen, family, I'm old enough to kind of back up what I'm saying. There was a time that we started some of these organizations, or it was a time that somebody else started these organizations for us. They called it a thing. I think that now there's some things that we can grow past. So if you're a member of something with the United Negro College Fund, okay, I think we can grow,
which I believe is still under distress because of the wording of states and stuff like that, how they change that.
Yeah, so I think that we can, if we are celebrating not saying different words for other people, if we can celebrate not using Native Americans to identify sports teams and things like that, if I can say my pronouns as he and him and his, then surely at one point we got to say, okay, should we get rid of the colored? Should we get rid of the Negro? All right. So, so that's my soapbox. I'm going to follow, maybe spin the block and come back to that.
We might have to have some members pop up in studio after we are done with
I don't know if they want to see me now.
The door's open. As I always feel, my door is open. It's up to you to close it or
keep walking.
But yeah, that's kind of what today's show has been. I'm happy to have another week with you as a studio partner beside me.
That's right. All right. Okay. So at this time, as we close out, we don't close out like other organizations and bang a gavel and say meeting is adjourned. I think that we may be the only organization that uses creative expression, uses soul, everything that we have, from the start. We start out with the Dr. King and the Justice or Else video. We end with creative expression from us. So what do we have today?
Today, in honor of National Women's History Month, I will be reading a piece called This Year.
Oh, okay.
This is from the Childhood Trauma Series, Volume 1. I don't think I've actually made one in response to that, but for those of you that know my backstory, and how I got into writing books and talking about trauma and dealing with domestic violence organizations and stuff like that. This is the last piece that I kind of put that issue to bed. In all my poems and stuff like that, I felt that I let her name live throughout history, and it's time to stop living that trauma. So for anybody out there that is missing a loved one, that isn't able to communicate with them no more, whether it be by time, distance, or them no longer being here, I hope you'll get to this point one day. So this year, let's begin peace. This year, I don't have to heal. This year, I don't have to perform. This year, I don't have to write something new. This year, I don't have to create an elaborate illustration for me to remember you by. This year, my therapy is knowing that I've made you proud. This year, I'm not reliving the trauma of knowing that you're not here. This year, I became the ancestor that broke our family's generational curses. This year is 20 years later. This year took a lot of unpacking and unwanted things I never wanted to talk about. This year, I will smile. This year, I will cry tears of joy in honor of all that you poured into me. This year, I will not shrink away when someone talks about their happy family. This year, I will not regret the things we did not have time to say. This year, I will remind myself that I am an embodiment of you and carry on all the dreams you never got to make reality. This year, I will smile. Love you, Mom. Lily Lynn Summers. In peace.
All right, we snap our fingers. Is that the first time I've heard that? Man, it's different. Yeah.
Maybe so. It was published May 7th, 2022. So there's a lot of pieces I haven't actually read.
Wow, that's
stuff. So
that's beautiful, because I think that that's important to do that. Yes,
it's second time reading. I read it International Women's Day. So
all right, man. I don't know how to segue into our All Lives Matter or Black Lives Matter or whatever that is, but family, you know how we do. We want to thank everyone for joining us today. If you join us today, we appreciate everything that you've done to help us be better and put together a quality podcast. We look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Yes.
Be it the will of the universe. We'll be here.
See who our special guest will be.
Yeah, me too. All right. And as always, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else?
Yeah.
Peace.